You live in India and you also want to become a manga artist in the country, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, my name is The Saturated, a webcomic artist from India. I have been drawing webtoon for like 6 to 7 years, and during this time I experienced a lot of beautiful things. One of those beautiful experience was an opportunity to work at a big comic company. So today I will tell you exactly how I got the opportunity, and I hope this video will help you get an idea on how you can also work as a manga artist in any company that you wish for. So let's start. I would first suggest to build a Behance portfolio. Now, you might think that why do I need a Behance portfolio when I have my Instagram profile where I'm sharing all my artwork? So, here's a thing, if you're getting hired by a company, it is very important to show some sort of professionalism. Instagram is not professional, it's a casual social media, while Behance is more professional, where you are intentionally uploading your work so that people look at your work and hire you. So, first of all, when you're on Behance, you will have two major advantages as manga artist. The first advantage would be that you will get a professional portfolio. So, if a company is hiring, you can send them your Behance link and they can look up to the level of art you have. So, maintaining a Behance portfolio throughout years will help you a lot. The second advantage would be that comic companies hire directly from Behance itself. Some comic companies do fetch or are looking for artists on Behance. Back in 2022, I was approached by the company Pratilipi. It is a comic company in India, and they had seen this particular post of mine on my profile and approached me to become their original artist for one of their webcomics. Initially, they wanted me to work as the main artist, but as my art style was way different than what we were expecting, I suggested that I will work as a coloring artist for them. But after all the discussions, legal communications, and plannings, unfortunately, I had to let go the opportunity. Around the same time, I got selected as a software developer at a company I I had been trying for years, and it was a big milestone for me, and I didn't want it to go away. So I ended up declining the offer from Pertility, and I still regret that decision to some extent. But for that particular job, I had to. The payment they offered me was genuinely great, and it was really a good chance or a turning point for me to pursue as a manga artist, like a full-time manga artist. If you ever get a chance to like work with Pratilipi, I would highly recommend considering it at least once, because even back then their policies were artist friendly and the working hours were manageable, and the pay was enough to be financially independent. Like, you don't need your parents' support, it can be a full-time job forever. So yeah, this was a biggest benefit of Pratilipi. I would say right now I have no idea how these policies at this particular company works, because it's been like 2022 and it's been years since then, and also they have developed using AI in their creativity. Personally, I don't appreciate AI artwork, but yeah, if you know how to generate images with AI, you still can apply for Pratilipi. This can be quite controversial, but it is true. When you draw something that interests your audience, it's more likely to bring you more opportunities to become manga artist as compared to just being artist. Drawing pretty does not mean that you have to draw perfectly, or it also doesn't mean that you have to draw a guy with six pack abs, a short jawline, or a woman with a slim waist. This is like a biggest misconception that many artists have, including me. Like at one point I even thought that this was the mantra to like become famous. But the actual point when people say you need to draw pretty to get followers exactly mean that you should draw something that clearly communicates what it is. Whether you're drawing anatomy or a full illustration or anything living or non living, it should represent the data or it should represent the information through your drawing. Most of us aren't naturally good at this skill, and honestly, I am the worst in this skill, but I'm still suggesting you guys this particular skill because it is very helpful. Presenting something beautifully doesn't mean that you have to draw something traditionally attractive or something that other artists are drawing. It is more of a way of presenting your flow. Sometimes, maybe the color palette, your fundamentals, or anatomy can express the things. Maybe the line weight, the composition, etc., can help you a lot. Like you can change and use different artists' ideas and connect it all into like an art style for yourself. But everything that you are using should have some sort of meaning. I have seen this in most of my followers. Specifically, when I interact with them, they tend to tell me that they are interested in making a comic. So, whenever they mention this thing, I suggest them to participate in some comic competition or manga competition that are held by different companies or held by Clip Studio Paint or any drawing application like IBs. Taking part in these competitions really help, but they tend to say that I don't have a skill, I might lack a lot, I'm not good at expressing my drawings really well. Yeah, neither am I able to do that. When I upload my comic on to any particular platform for any sort of competition, I know I won't win. But why do I upload or take part in this competition is because you get to learn, you get to understand that there are so many people who draw so well, who express the story so well, that you are not on that particular level. I'm not saying that you have to take it in the negative way that, oh, I can't make comics, how I'm going to survive the world. No, I'm saying that studying from them will help you a lot. You will understand like, oh, this is something I should gather from these competitions. Like when you go on a competition and you see the other competitors stories that are on highlights or trending in that list, you get to actually learn from someone who is actually mastering the skill of getting audience. So instead of sitting upset and being like, oh, I'm not taking part because I don't know how to draw, take part, draw the crappiest drawing you can ever do and upload it. Even if you are not able to complete till the deadline, even if you don't have 3 or 4 episodes, the required episodes in hand, you just were able to draw one episode and neither the story is completed, neither the art is nice, just upload it. You know why? Because when you do that and when you upload that particular drawing on the website or particular panel or a whole episode on the website, you just realize all your mistakes like really quickly. Just press on the publish button and you will know what you have done wrong. Why would people not like your story, or why would people like your story? Everything, even if your audience hates it or loves it, you will know immediately, even before the audience actually interact with your story. And that's a biggest experience that you can have to improve your comic. Sitting at home drawing in your drawing book a manga and thinking that one day I'll publish it, I'll bring this manga with some company, it's not going to happen. But in India it is not going to happen. Let's be honest, it will not happen that easily, because there are hardly 3 or 4 companies that are quite famous, while the other companies are still struggling to get up there. And building a comic in your drawing book and let it be there for years, so that one day you get the chance to upload or publish with a company, it's not going to help. Instead, upload that thing, upload whatever story you have built on the platform. Even if you're just a writer and wants to build a manga but don't know how to draw, you can just upload the story on Wattpad or any other company's reading novels website. I don't know which ones are famous, but just upload on those websites, let people read. Also, you can just approach any artist and show them, like, I wrote this story, I have these views, would you like to make a manhwa or manga out of this? So if any artist loves your work, they might come up to you and say that they really want to work with you and draw the comic for your story. I have many friends who have done this in the past, and they do have partners who actually help them draw their story or the comic for them. So yeah, you can try this too. Now for the last point, and I'll just wrap it up really quickly. Join communities. Now, comic communities are like according to countries and also as a whole. Like, you can join Webtoons community channel, which is like an official channel of Webtoon, where all artists interact and they come to know about different features on Webtoon or what's happening new on Webtoon and so on. That is one famous community you can join. The next one would be joining the Indian community or the Indian artist communities that are present. There are few artists like who are really famous in this industry and are in that group, so you can actually interact with those people and ask them, like, how did they ended up with such a beautiful journey, and how I can end up with that particular journey too. So yeah, you can join communities. Now, to join communities, you would really need to find people who are actually comic artists and are in some sort of community. So what you can do is, first you can go find people on Instagram, or easy way, you can follow me on Instagram. In my following list there are many Indians, there are many non-Indians also who are comic artists. You can make friends with them, you can interact with them, and also make community with them. You can even ask them out, like, can we be friends, can we interact, I would like to know how your work process and so on. And then after you build up a good relationship with that particular person, you can eventually ask them to join their community, like, is there in any community, can you join in? So most of the times people are really happy to have more people in the community, because it's like, if I'm added to a community, I tend to support everybody in that community. So if you get added into a group of 6 people, so now you are the seventh person, then you have six readers already who are supporting you, and you would be their seventh reader that is going to read all their six comics for them. So it's a win-win situation. When you join a community, you get the audience at the initial stage itself, and also they receive a new audience, a new perspective to improve their work. So this is very important. Build a community if you can. Even if you are an introvert, you don't really need to interact much. You can just write supportive comments like, oh, this artwork is so pretty, or you can genuinely talk about what you feel about their art. Then just putting in random comments, you can just interact with that artist like, oh, how did you make this panel? Oh, what was the process for drawing this particular artwork? That will help you build a relationship with them without even talking different things. You're just talking about the specific topic, you're just learning from them, and that will build a relationship. So even if you are an introvert and you don't know how to interact, how to ask people like questions like, hey, how was your day, or everything, general questions that mostly extrovert people love to ask, you don't like asking those questions, don't do that. Instead, just go there to that person and ask them, hello, hi, I love your art, how do you make it? That's it. That's how you interact with people, build a community, and you're done. So yeah, now the last and the super last step is that don't give up. Try taking your time, try being more calm, and try to not give up at the end, because it is time consuming. Okay, one episode can take you months or days, or even sometimes people like me end up drawing one episode for years. Yeah, I did that. I do that a lot of times, and that's why I would suggest that it is a very time consuming process. And staying on this particular job only might be a controversial point, because you won't be able to earn money at the initial stage, and that is the true thing. I talked about Pratilipi paying people, but there are other companies that they don't pay you. They might end up giving you royalties and some sort of contract, like you can get the payment for 3 years or 5 years, or maybe they even tell you that unless and until your book is not published and is not sold, we can't give you any profit, because they haven't made any profit from you. So giving you the profit would make no sense. So yeah, that's it. I have already put forth all the points which were really important, and the fact that you don't get paid at the initial stage is hard to listen to, but it is the true fact. And if you still want to continue, if you still love drawing comics, then only please continue with it for a long time. Don't give up. You might end up seeing good results in the end. When people start appreciating your hard work, they will eventually love your content too. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and let me know in the comment section what next you want to see. Also, this is Howl and Sophia. I drew them with following the tutorial of Xiao Wangshu. If this video was helpful, please make sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram if possible. Thank you. Bye bye.